Welcome to A Dash of Life podcast, where we are embracing the essence of spirit, sprinkling in a little grace and nurturing a zest for purpose. This is season 2. Hey, welcome to episode 2 for A Dash of Life podcast. And y'all, as I mentioned, if you watched my Motivation Monday this week, you probably saw that I was a little frustrated. Every day that I wake up and listen to the information that is pushed down to us, it's disheartening, right? It's disheartening on several levels, and I guess I'm at the point now where I'm just like, who is going to do something about this? And what can we do as Americans? Um, you know, I don't know if we've ever seen it this bad. And when I refer to that, I'm talking about, I mean, some of it we got to take with a grain of salt, right? Of course. But like the outward imposition, the outward imposition on us of lies, propaganda, of I don't know, like are we dumb? Like do they feel like we're stupid? There's so much that I want to say, but I don't know what I really can say anymore. But anyway, so I wake up and my goal, my goal every day is to be a person who, one, my ultimate goal is to completely follow God's will for my life, right? And so each day that I awake, my goal is to be obedient to our Heavenly Father. Some of you may have a different opinion about that, but ultimately, that is my goal. That is my desire. That is my desire for my life each and every day, whatever that looks like. God has taken me on a path that I would not have foreseen. I would not have understood. And I surely, if I knew where I was going, probably wouldn't have completed. I'm not saying I'm complete now, but I think one aspect of that is complete. And so, obviously, God doesn't give us everything at once because one, we couldn't handle it. Two, we couldn't understand it because our thoughts are not His. Our understanding of this world and this life is nothing compared to, it's very minuscule compared to His. And so, of course, He doesn't give us everything at once. We would not, I believe, be able to handle it. We wouldn't be able to understand it. And we may not be able to function and have a positive outcome with it. And so, anyway, my goal essentially is to be obedient to the Father. And as I continue to remain, encouraging and inspiring, as I remain encouraging and inspiring to others, right? That's the point of Shalon Lazelle, and the point of this podcast is to give people some encouragement and inspiration. And so if I am seeing all this and just the larger picture of where we're going here in the United States, my ultimate goal is to be encouraging for you or to provide some encouraging words. But I first need to rant. I first need to complain. I first need to let it out because It's so frustrating. It's beyond frustrating. And America, the perception of what America was, is not that now. Has America had ups and downs? Of course. But I feel like ultimately, in one shape or another, there was an underlying position that America's for the people. Now, I say that again with a grain of salt because ultimately people of color have had to fight to gain the consistent rights of others. And it's not right. Um, it's unfortunate that we and our grandparents, right, from my generation, our grandparents had to fight for certain rights. So America has not, of course, been perfect. But I feel like, back in the 80s, maybe early 90s, you could potentially gain and work your way up and achieve the American dream, right? Regardless of color, although it's more difficult for us, right? But now, now, and after this most recent presidential election, I put a post up and I apologized to our daughters and to our granddaughters because as a result of that election, we have completely failed them. But now we need to expand that. I mean, I don't know, other than the 1 or 2%, who all is benefiting from this currently, from America. The state of America right now, who is benefiting outside of the 1-2%? It is at our expense. And when I say our, I would say the middle class. There's the largest income gap that has been achieved within the United States in history. And it makes me sad that we have come this far, that we have fallen this far. Morals, the morals that we grew up with, tell the truth, take care of others, be kind to others, and do unto others as you would have them do to you. The golden rule, right? All of that seems to be out the window now at this point. And it's unfortunate because America could be so much better. America could be great. But she has lost. She has lost all of that. And from my perspective, what I see on a daily basis is one, there's an agenda, right? We know that. Not going to deny it. But in terms of professionalism, in terms of couth, in terms of integrity, and we always used to say, like, back in the day, politicians, they don't tell the truth, right? That was a stigma that was probably true. But now, the utterance from our leaders consistently, people who are unqualified, they're unfit to hold the offices that they do. The utterances indicate that they have no moral stature. They have no moral conscience. And their moral compass is compromised. And I'm just sick of hearing the lies, y'all. I am so sick of hearing the lies. And it makes me think, like, do y'all really think we're stupid? Do y'all think we believe this stuff? All of it. All, and I'm telling you, I was watching the news today, and I typically do not watch the news because one, I don't feel like it's truthful. Very rarely can you find a news outlet that is supposedly reporting the truth, allegedly. And so, I rarely watch the news, but I watched today, and I did not. I was upset at what I was hearing. I really was. I was upset, and I'm just sitting over here like, God, where are we? What are we doing? Like, how do we navigate this, right? We have lies that are spread daily from our top, from our top, which, we all know who that person is. And the people that worked with him or for him in New York told y'all a long time ago. Y'all just didn't listen. But it's across the board, like the entire administration. No one tells the truth. And so I'm just sitting over here like, what do we do with this? They're consistently stripping our rights away. I don't know about you, but ICE in the airports, having ICE in the airports for no reason, they are not, let's be clear, they are not putting, they are not put there to take the place of TSA. They are not doing TSA's job. They are there to police people. Let's call it what it is. And I'll tell you again, this is my opinion. You can fact check whatever you want. This is my opinion, and these are my thoughts. And this is for informational purposes only. So, anyway, I do not believe they are there to take the place of the TSA agents. They are put there, in my opinion, to police the people. Just like they were sent to Memphis, just like they were sent to Minnesota, just like they were sent to DC. Come on, y'all. Y'all have to see this. You have to see what's going on. This regime in the United States has created a police state. That's what they're doing. In my opinion, that's what they're doing. They're creating a police state. Working on ensuring that certain people can't vote. I mean, that's been done before, right? That's been done before. And the way that they spun the Civil Rights Act, people lost their lives to be able to have others vote. The Voting Rights Act and the fight for civil rights. What do you say to that? What do you say to that? The healthcare, the sick care that we provide in the United States, the sick care that we provide, the fact that the funding for Medicaid and Medicare has been cut. We're going to see hospitals close. Some have already started, but people will not have insurance, and there's no clear plan to replace what they've taken away. Food. So I will say that Kroger, they got me yesterday. I will completely admit it, they got me. And it was my confusion on the label. But I went yesterday and I got a pint of ice cream. And I'm not going to tell the name because I'm not advertising. But I went and got a pint of ice cream. And I got 3 of them. Don't judge. Don't judge me. But I got 3 of them. And I got some inexpensive stuff, but my bill came to $50. And I'm like, yo, I didn't even get that much, right? And so when I looked at the price for the ice cream, it said $6.39. And right, I thought that it would be like a shopper's thing where you get the discount or whatever, and you can scan your card and you get the discount. But it didn't come off. So then I was confused and I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, I know these are not $6.39. So after I checked out, I moseyed on back down to the frozen aisle, right? And looked at the ice cream where I pulled it out of the freezer. And sure enough, the pricing for 1 pint of ice cream was $6.39. Make that make sense. So you know what I said? So I was like, all right, I didn't see anybody in customer service. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 of them back. This is ridiculous. And as I was leaving the ice cream aisle, on the end cap, they had a frozen end cap. And I think it was a half a gallon, but I can't really tell you because I did not look. But it was a bigger one, a bigger container of ice cream, for $6.39. So probably could have put 4 pints in there. So yeah, I'm just like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? They're talking about the gas. So again, here on the news, all quotes, news, they're talking about the gas. And the same message just went across all outlets, right? And we know that these news outlets are pretty much owned by the same family now at this point. So they can control what we see and what we hear, but not buying it, y'all. I'm not buying it. We can pay 30 more cents a gallon at the pump so that Iran does not have nuclear weapons. Please tell me how that makes sense. Please tell me how that makes sense. What else do we have? Oh, man. So we talked about healthcare, we talked about shopping, we talked about gas stations. I don't know. Okay, let's go into the actual treatment of people and how people are being treated in this country. Oh boy. It has become our standard operating procedure to abuse and to cause violence upon our citizens. I'll call it what it is. Let's call it what it is. That has been going on ever since these people took office. That's been the standard operating procedure. I don't know how you feel about that, but that bothers me. That bothers me. And I don't care if they're a citizen or not. There is a proper way to deal with people, whether they are citizens or non-citizens, or whether they are asylum seekers. Human beings have the right to seek asylum. They have that right, y'all. And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's disheartening. And I know they're trying to instill fear into people. But that, for what? For what? So y'all can get more money? So the 1%, 2% can get more money for what? Y'all can't take it with you? Oh, Lord. You would think that people would have, I don't know, just a better position regarding that, right? We all know people, you can't take money with you. You can't take your possessions with you. And what does the Bible tell us? The Bible tells us to store up our treasures in heaven, not down here. Nothing down here matters. Y'all can't get that through your thick skulls. Nothing down here matters. And what does the Bible say about rich man coming into heaven? It will be difficult. for a rich man to come into heaven, right? And those are the things that I think about when I think about the greed that is occurring in this society right now. You know, we have someone who's close to being a trillionaire. Are you kidding? What are you going to do with all that money? What are you going to do? For what? Do what? What are you going to do with it? And I don't know. We have to sound the alarm. We have to sound the alarm. And you know, this whole thing with abuse, abuse of power, abuse of people tells us that what you do to the least of these, you do to me. It's very simple. It's very simple. And, you know, our homeless, our veterans, just in general, we have a duty to take care of one another. The countries that do it right, they keep that gap for income. I'm not going to say they keep it tight, but there are definitely boundaries on that gap. And it's unfortunate that the United States operates on who can make the most money, and the collateral damage on how that money is made doesn't matter. And that's unfortunate for us here in the United States because there are so many good people here. There are so many people who would like to advance the country, advance the infrastructure, advance our education system, advance, you know, our health system. There are so many people here that have that desire, but we have a certain few with another agenda. And America could be better. We could be the greatest nation on earth, but we have fallen. We have fallen. And you know what? My thought on that is this has to occur. This has to occur. God has not seen anything different than what we are seeing now, unfortunately. So, you know, I challenge you. Take a stand. When is enough going to be enough? When is enough going to be enough for you to understand that what we are seeing in this country is dangerous? We might be close to the point where it's irreparable. We might be close to the point where we are at the point of no return. And so I challenge you. I challenge you. You know, well, how about we get those little robot callers to call the senators and tell them that they need to get it right? They were put in office to take care of their constituents, not to see what they could gain from the office. The government is shut down so that it doesn't function. Y'all don't think this is all orchestrated and planned? Come on. This is not happenstance. This is calculated. And if you don't understand that, then you certainly are living under a rock. And you need to wake up and figure out what is going on. What truly is going on while they dangle something over here, right? Isn't it? Let's dangle the carrot over here so they're not focused on what's going on here. America has fallen in many ways, And I don't know if we can get her back, but there is still one. God is still on the throne. And if these people think that that evil overcomes good, well, they certainly haven't read the Bible, and they certainly haven't read Revelation, and they certainly do not believe that Jesus Christ is credible. That's what it is, y'all. Do we believe that Jesus Christ's prophecy of what is to come is believable? Hey, listen, there's been prophecy regarding his birth. I mean, regarding the betrayal. Listen, I don't know what to say. I really don't, because I feel like if we scream to the mountaintop, some of y'all still won't even pay attention. Some of y'all still won't care. And I don't understand why that is. But history tells us that people don't act until something affects them, which at this point, I do believe now is the time, because the majority of us have been affected. The majority of us are being affected. So, when do we let it go? When do we let it go and say enough is enough? How much money are they taking from us in calling it taxes? There's another racket. There's another racket. The amount of money that they take out of our pockets is insane. I don't know, y'all. What do y'all feel? And again, I will say, this is my opinion. This is my opinion. You can look up factual information if you want, but the whole point of this post is for me to be able to express myself, because I am frustrated and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of hearing lies daily. And these aren't little small white lies. These are blatant. And I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of hearing it. I'm sick of hearing the blame game. I'm sick of hearing the blame game. And if we think about it, many people have said it, but who's in control right now? Who's been in control for the past year? Almost. No, it's been a year. Yeah. Who's been in control for the past year? And what have we seen with our economy, with our education, with our healthcare, with our cost of living? What have we seen? What have we seen? And they're gonna sit up here and put the blame on somebody else? Are you kidding? Stop it. Just stop. I wish they all would just step up and do their jobs like they are supposed to. That's my opinion, and I'm sick of it. I'm so sick of hearing it. I'm so sick of hearing the blame game. Get up, take care of the American people, tax the people who have the money, and stay out of the poorest Americans' pockets. Are you kidding? And I believe that we have proven time and time again that trickle down economics does not work. It doesn't work. These companies are making billions of dollars of profit a quarter. Billions. A quarter. So let's just break it down. If they make $4 billion in profits for the year, $1 billion for every quarter. When are they gonna have a problem spending that money? I don't know. Capitalism, not really a big fan, really. I'm not really a big fan of capitalism. I feel like there should be caps on capitalism. I feel like we should probably have a mixed economy, but I'm not going to go into that. I just really wanted to get on here and say I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. And what I'm going to encourage you to do is make sure that you pay attention. That you pay attention to what your senators and your representatives are voting on and how they are voting. We know the midterms are coming up, but we also know that there are many factors that are trying to be put in place to prevent these midterms from being fairly run. And we know that yeah, that this regime is going to do whatever they can to prevent these midterms from occurring, because they know the American people are sick of it. When you can't buy groceries, you can't pay your rent, you can't pay your mortgage. It's tough to find a job. You just lost your job. What are we doing? What are we doing? Great America. America can't be great if she doesn't take care of all of her people. And those who maybe wish to become Americans from a humanistic standpoint. America cannot be great. America cannot be great if we don't have the infrastructure in place for traveling. America cannot be great if our children don't have a high reading level. Our children are not being educated properly. They don't want you to. They don't want it. They don't want it, Lord. Oh, Lord Jesus. I tell you, God, I feel like if you are not close to God at this point, you need to be. You need to be. With the understanding that whatever happens down here, ultimately it doesn't matter what it doesn't matter up there. And what I mean by that is we can do all this stuff down here, but ultimately if it's not God's will for our life, or it is not God's intention, or we're doing whatever we can down here and not consulting him, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And to not have the understanding that there is life after this. Right? Be in the world, but not of it. There's life after this. There's a prophecy that still needs to come. I believe it, from Jeremiah, right? I'll have to look it up, but I think it's probably at least 2,000 years in between Jeremiah's prophecy and when Jesus came to fulfill the prophecy. So, I wasn't going to talk about it here, but I think it might be a little relevant. People say Jesus is coming back, right? They've been saying it for how long? And some people might have the position saying, oh, well, they've been saying it for how long? They keep saying it. They've been saying it for years. Guess what? It's still to come. It is still to come, whether or not we believe it or not. So I encourage you, one, to stay up on current events, like true current events, and not what these information sharing outlets say. Like, you really need to pay attention. We've dipped. I don't know if we can get back, but we've dipped for sure. Stay alert, pay attention. If you feel the need, you may need to protest at some point. Complacency is what allowed the things to occur in Europe, in Germany in the 40s. Complacency helped that, and we can't be complacent while our rights are being taken away and our money is being used for other things other than what it should be, and that's being put back into the system to take care of our people. So if you've stayed for this long, thank you for indulging me, but ultimately I wanted to express my opinion of what I think is going on, and I don't like it, y'all. I don't like it one bit. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Do you completely believe all of this stuff that they're telling us? I hope not. I hope not. And do you believe that evil is going to overcome good? That evil is going to overcome Jesus? There's a question for you. Do Do you believe that we are operating to our best right now? And forget racism. I mean, forget it. At this point, we're all in it. They're all taking advantage of us. All of us. It doesn't matter what our color is. Are some feeling the brunt of it more than others? Absolutely. That's been history in the United States. Wake up. Wake up. I would cuss, but I don't think God would like that. But wake the F up. How about that? Wake the F up. Pay attention. Do something. Do something. Take an action. Take a counter action. Don't lay down. But know there is still God, and He is still on the throne. And that His Son was the answer to it all. He was the answer to it all. And so episode 3 will definitely be regarding Matthew 24. I'm going to walk through that. And actually, I was looking at it yesterday, and I only got to verse 9. So I've got quite a bit of time in Matthew. So it may be a few episodes, but we'll see what the Spirit leads me to do and say. But I thank you for joining in. Please educate yourself on what they are doing and what is going on. And be somebody's advocate. Be somebody's advocate. Remember, what you do to the least of these, you do to me. That is what Jesus said. And so we have to keep that in mind. We have to look out for our brothers and sisters who may not be biological. All right, y'all. Until next time, next episode, take care, and we'll see you in episode 3. God bless. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of A Dash of Life podcast. And always remember, embrace purpose and peace, give a little grace, and remain ever connected to the Spirit. Until next time, God bless.